Hello, YouTube. This is Doug Robbins. I just want to talk to you about what they could do, you know, if they made a movie after Halloween ends. Um, that even the original Halloween didn't do. Everyone talks about Michael, you think, is a normal dude that just can take a lot of abuse. Like, and it's like, because they always say, is he supernatural? Is he normal? Because he can take a lot of abuse. And to me, if I were to start, what's that dumbass word? Pastiche. I talk about all the fucking time where you're, taking elements from one movie. I would make Halloween itself more magical in my universe. Like, even something as silly as any of you guys have ever seen The Haunted Mask 2, when the shopkeeper is talking to the Haunted Mask, she's like, the power of Halloween has brought you back. That's what you got to do with, like, even Halloween is like, it's not just is Michael Supernat. It's the night himself that's magic. That there's a reason, like, not that you're conjured, but like, I don't know. There's more magic to the night itself because in the Halloween movies, I feel like, yeah, it's Halloween and yeah, it's habitual, but it never feels like there's any magic in Halloween itself. And in a new, what I call the video, Halloween: A New Beginning, like part five, Friday the 13th. I don't know. I would want the new Michael to be, because think about it, he's already a legend. He's already, like Brackett said in the first one, every kid in Haddonfield thinks this place is haunted. And then Loomis, they may be right. Is he a ghost? Is he a bougie? Um, because again, I forget there was some like they were reviewing Halloween 2018, and it was the dumbest shit. Like it made my balls hurt. It was so stupid. Michael's kind of goofy. Remember when he put on that sheet, and he's pulling pranks in the first one, and then you read the book, and his bitch of a grandmother is, you know, talking about the boogeyman in my day pulled real pranks. Like that motherfucker was it was either a cow's head or a sheep's head, but like her dad pulled like there was something that stunk, and it was blocking the chimney, and her dad like with a broom or something gets it down, and there I think it was a pig's head. Now that was a prank by what she thought is the boogeyman, and like it was, they're not just soaping windows. This motherfucker slaughtering your cattle, putting slaughtered pigs' heads in your chimney. Now again, that's where, and again, he is supernatural because of that curse, because of Enda. Um, Basically, what my brother calls a hard off, basically where it's a total opposite of a hard on. It like you hate it so much it hurts your dick. Um, and that Michael was afflicted with that. Like it was painful. It sounds like, whenever he was like, okay, this girl's, I don't know, he was watching certain girls and it pissed him off because like lust physically hurt him because of the spirit of Venda being inside him. So he's become this cursed thing that's kind of immortal, and it's on a special night Now, am I saying I want you to go the book route? Hell no. I want you to do it a little classier. Um, Basically, bring more Hitchcock to what people think of Hitchcock. Because if you watch Psycho, Sam's a married man in a hotel, basically with his mistress. And that's like the chick that we're supposed to make. The daughter is the chick that we're supposed to root for hardcore in Halloween. You know what I'm saying? So there's like sleazy, slutty elements and that shit too. But I would like the movie to be more Halloween itself, to be more magic. I mean, even in Halloween Town, you know what I mean? There's magic, child's play, there's voodoo that, I don't know. Michael is too. Ambiguity hurt David Gordon Green. He'll be the first one to admit he was afraid to do a lot of shit and tell too much because of the ambiguity dealing with Michael. And I'm like, well, don't talk flowery to me, because that to me in the David Gordon Green trilogy, that was just you guys speculating. Loomis studied Michael. He was with, and I don't know where this piece of trivia came from, and it doesn't even make sense that he would spend time with Michael in a fucking car. But everyone asks, well, how did Michael learn to drive in the first one? By watching Loomis. Because he had spent just observing him, he'd been in the car enough with him. Because from age 6 to 21, guess who was basically Michael Myers' daddy? Dr. Loomis. And, remember, Michael just fucking stood there, folks. Like, you watch Kills and it's like, oh, wow, that's bad. I mean, Michael fucking stood there. And you could interpret that one of two ways. This was the only human being on the planet that he respected enough. My dad's talked about his mom. He's like, she wasn't no bigger than a minute. But he's like, if I had to, I'd just stand there and let him fucking, beat the shit out of me. And that's the only person on the planet. Michael may have some of that because he stood there for 6 shots and let Dr. Loomis shoot him. Another theory, like he's got some reverence for him. And he kept, like, even waiting for Loomis, like when he's driving by and Loomis is looking for him and talking to Brackett, and he kind of waits for Loomis. And on foot, Loomis couldn't have done shit. Like, unless they were able to get in Dukes of Hazzard style, him leap in like Brackett's cruiser or something like the other Duke boys. He couldn't have done nothing on foot. But he still waited, was cautious around that corner. The other theory, he knew he could take the bullets. He knew he could escape. He's like, yeah, shoot me, because I'll keep backing up, which is natural, to make it think like, because even the weird, like, whoa, way he flailed his arms, you could also think Michael did that shit on purpose because he knew he'd survive and knew he'd escape. Third theory, he's used to playing catatonic, not moving for the staff at Smith's Grove. He saw Loomis, what'd he do? Catatonic. Stand there like, I didn't do anything. Bam, bam, bam. How do you want your Michael? There are 2 paths you can go by. Well, I just gave you fucking 3 paths. You can go 4th path. You can keep Corey alive or you could make it his kid. Nurture versus nature. Um, it, the first time I watched it, I said, no, Michael is most likely to blame. He turned that kid. You watch that shit more and more. No. Um, his reluctance to date Allison at first, when she's like throwing herself at him, I don't know. And then he's like, instead of just shutting up and letting this nice girl that likes you and your traumatized bullshit, he's like, oh, Allison, why'd you lure me here? I can't have fun with, angsty bullshit. There's ways to play with that because people think, you know, Michael's triggered by sex. Here's shit you can't do with real Michael. You can do with fake imposter next generation. If Michael's evil, the shape lives on. And he's indeed a bougie. You seen Freddy's Dead? Hello? The dream people. They're the ones that gave me my power. The spirit of Chucky. That shit'll live on. Spirit of fucking Slappy the Dummy, for Christ's sakes. That shit'll live on, can't die. Why can't Michael's bougie? Boogeyman. Or the bogey. Spirit hung around fences and shit. Ate super sandwiches and shit, quoting Angry Grandpa. But, why couldn't he do that? You know what I'm saying? Just a little food for thought. Thanks for listening. Have yourselves a great night.